I'm going to bring in national security expert Anthony Seaboyer. He's in Ottawa. He was talking to us earlier about what we could expect. Are you surprised at the sentence, or is this what you assumed would happen to Mr. Delisle?
No, this is largely what I expected. I think it's a good sentence. It's a very clear signal to anybody considering such actions what the consequence will be. And it's also a very clear signal to the allies that Canada takes such actions very serious, and that security secrets are in safe hands in Canada in general. So it's a good sentence, I think.
Yeah, we talked earlier, Anthony, about how Mr. Delisle in many ways would be made an example of, because this was unprecedented what he did, and it seems that the judge, in essence, gave the Crown exactly what they were looking for.
Yes, I mean, it was a difficult case. It was difficult to prove what information actually went to Russia, because he never sent actual information. He just had this on an email account which he shared with his Russian agent. It was difficult to prove any kind of them actually accessing this information. So it was a challenge on many levels. But I think it shows also how well the rule of law functions and how well our judicial system functions, that it was still able to come to such a sentence. So I think it's overall a very good development.
It looks like Mr. Delisle will be spending 18 years and 5 months in jail because the sentence takes into account time served. Because this is an unprecedented case, what are we looking at in terms of parole eligibility?
Well, that's a good case. A good question. I'm not really sure about that yet. I think that will have to be shown. The important thing, I think, really is, from my perspective of national security, is simply that we make sure nothing like this happens again, and that anybody, as I say, considering these actions, knows what the consequence is going to be, and also our allies really see that we make sure that this does not happen again. This happens. This happens also through many measures taken, and any kind of loopholes being closed, so that this can happen again. This is what we have to see.
It's interesting, Anthony, and we have just about 30 seconds left, but part of what the defense was arguing was that in many ways, Mr. Delisle should be thanked because he exposed how weak some of Canada's security settings really were.
That's the positive side. I mean, the way he did it, it won't be possible again. So that's the good thing. We're learning a lot from this. The security institutions have learned a lot from this, and our allies can be sure that that won't happen that way again for sure.
All right, national security expert Anthony Seaboyer, really appreciate you taking the time out today to join us. We know you're sticking around for a little bit, so we'll talk with you later. Meantime, we have to leave it there for time here on Direct, but thank you for joining us.